And Philadelphia brings it to center and shoots it in. Bruce Bell in front of his net, winding it out. Being rooted all the way by Sinisalo. Paymon takes it in, puts on the brakes, his shot. And Lindbergh right on top of it. Paymon, side of the net, in front, Goulet, scored! But it won't count! It is waved off by Kerry Fraser. No goal!
Well, this is going to be interesting. Lemieux arguing with Kerry Fraser right now. Goulet still insists it's a goal. Let's watch closely. Great job by Bell keeping that puck in, but let's focus our attention right here in front of the net. Goulet, when that puck comes out, it went off of his skate, his right skate, directed into the net, and as a result, Kerry Fraser has said no goal. Now let's watch it one more time. Difficult to tell from that angle. You don't really get an opportunity to see Goulet, just the after the fact. Let's watch it from the upstairs angle, see whether or not you can tell. I think that Goulet was really going off balance and turning around when that puck hit his skate, so very difficult decision for referee Kerry Fraser to make.
Well, what happens on this case, it appeared that Joe Patterson may have been turning Goulet around, which forced the deflection.
Well, watch as Patterson's coming back into the picture. He takes out Goulet. Boy, that's a really tough judgment call to have to make. I am glad that's Kerry Fraser making that call, because it's not a good call for the Quebec Nordiques, and it is a good call for the Philadelphia Flyers. So it's a difficult one to assess.
Tough call, especially with 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Quebec trailing by 1 on their home ice. Well, Chicago has struck again. The amazing Blackhawks. Steve Larmer at 14-13, and now the Hawks lead it by the score of 3-2. Goulet must feel, what do I have to do to score? Michel Bergeron apparently accepting that for the moment. But it is a question of whether Goulet intentionally directed that in off the skate, or Patterson was the man who turned him around, which resulted in the shot going off his skate and in.
Al, I think there's a little question, too. Way back when Bruce Bell kept that puck in, he really did a good job, but there was some doubt that he did not use his stick to pass that puck ahead, but in fact utilized his glove to push that pass ahead to his own player, and as a result, if that had been picked up, and if that was the case, then it should have been whistled down way back.
I think Michel Bergeron would like to take a look at the replay of that. And we have a delay here as the fans voice their complaints by littering the ice with debris. So Michel Goulet, who has not scored in the last 7, make it 8 games here tonight. And Kerry Fraser, the referee, got a call.
Malarchuk's been out of position. Here's Smith with a shot. Malarchuk was in position there, and Naslund couldn't reach the rebound. Cote, he has a goal in this game, moving down the right side. Alain Cote in front, a shot, he scores! The Nordiques, no goal! Kerry Fraser rules no goal. He's called a penalty, I believe, and look at Michel Bergeron. We'll wait for this one to sort out. Oh boy. Earlier in the period, the Canadians scored a goal that was disallowed. And now the Nordiques put the puck in the net. And it has been apparently disallowed, and Gillis has gone to the penalty box. Gillis and Naslund are in the penalty box. Now let's see. We can pick them up. That's Naslund cutting to the front of the net. Here's Cote with the play.
Well, I don't know why the penalty would be called on that one, Dick. They're both covering. Actually, Naslund is doing quite a job covering his man. And I'd like to get an explanation. I hope it's given, and it probably will be. Bergeron, of course, he's upset.
penalties have been called. Répétition. À Québec, le numéro 23, Paul Gillis. 2 minutes pour obstruction. Au Canadien, le numéro 26, Mats Naslund. 2 minutes pour double échec. À 17 minutes 7 secondes.
Live on CBC, the Stanley Cup playoff.
Paul Gillis. 2 minutes for interference.
Well, he's going to go back up, but I want to tell you, he wants to talk to the referee. I mentioned the other night in the game in Quebec area, I haven't seen a coach in the league for years who's been able to get the referees over and talk to them as much as Michel does. Jean Perron breathing a sigh of relief. The only thing that you can say there, and there's no way we could hear it up here, of course, is if the whistle was blown before the puck went to the net. Obviously, that's been the call. Now, here comes Fraser. No, he doesn't go right to the bench.
Dick, we're following the play. You're looking at the puck carrier, and it would have been smart if I would have had an opportunity of watching if Fraser's arm went up to signify a penalty. Of course, I didn't see that.
Guy Lapointe, former Canadian, the assistant with Bergeron, and Fraser comes over for the second time and says the game has to start right now. So here in Montreal, they are still disputing the non-goal, the disallowed goal scored by the Quebec Nordiques. He's not disputing it, Jean Perron, that's for sure.
Well, didn't that happen in the playoffs against Hartford?
Put it back at the net. Kovalev trying to get some room to move in front. We're in the final minute of the period. Leach had to move in as Kovalev fell. Sakic runner coming up, scores! Sakic breaking away, and what an effort it was, but Andy Van Hellemond is waving the Ranger players away. They're arguing that something else happened. It might have been offside.
Kovalev is hurt, and that's what the Rangers are arguing. We couldn't see it from our vantage point, Bob, because it's right up against the boards, but Kovalev was down, and Sakic went in. There was no whistle, and scored a bad goal on Glenn Healy.
This is the thing. Was there a whistle? We can't hear it here.
He's handling the puck. Craig Wolanin with one hand on the stick gives him the chop on the back. And that to me was not a vicious chop by any stretch of the imagination. And he's down. Maybe you hit a nerve in his back, Dick.
To give him the benefit of the doubt. And he's still down. And the conversation is still going on in front of the penalty bench area. Involving the crowd. Closer look here.
Craig Wolanin with one hand on the stick gives Kovalev the chop.
I don't think it's a goal.
No goal.
And the Rangers are leading a charmed life here.
Might be a fly in the wall here now on this one. Van Hellemond and Crawford, as the referee explains to the Quebec coach.
Unless Craig Wolanin is going to get a penalty called by a linesman.
Well, there's no penalty call. This with just 39 seconds left to go in the period. Huh.